Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Chase Abel, Cut to the Chase podcast. And again, I said it with my name. We're about 40 plus episodes in, and I still operate. You know what it is? I think I feel like part of me feels like I'm on MTV Raps. Yo, MTV Raps. Right? Is that what it was called on MTV? Yo, MTV Raps. I want to like be a disc jockey or back in the 90s. I keep saying my damn name. I don't need to say my name. You guys know who I am. You're subscribed. It says my name on the podcast. It says my name twice, actually. It says Cut to the Chase with Chase Abel. I don't need to come in 3 times. I apologize, guys. But the only reason why I'm saying it 3 times is because it might be... I like to service all communities, even possibly the ones who can't see. So if you hear it, I'm overcompensating for the ones who can't see my name. So that is what we called, ladies and gentlemen, a bad joke. And then again, a comedian who knows it's a bad joke doesn't just stops. He keeps going and going until hopefully he finds something out of that bad that I just said. But again, this is not going to be a soliloquy of me getting into, wow, that's a, can we, I made it up, guys. I made it up by the word. You know what it actually is interesting, guys? I'm reading a book. I'm reading a book, guys. Like for people who are listening to me, you're probably just saying it's probably about time, Chase, that you read a book. But I literally, guys, I am actually attempting reading a book from front to back, by the way. No cliff notes, an actual book. And I'm hoping to finish it by end of this week. But no promises. No promises. It's a book about Jay Dilla. So if you guys don't know who Jay Dilla is, which is fucking, listen, if you're gonna listen to this podcast, you better know who Jay Dilla is, guys. Jay Dilla, one of the best ever producers, not just hip hop producers of music of all time. So he's been linked to all types of artists back in the days, Tribe Called Quest, all the dope MCs back in the 80s and the 90s mainly, 2000s for sure. But yeah, I'm reading a book about Jay Dilla. Can I tell you a little bit about it as of right now? No, because I actually haven't started it yet. So when I said that I'm reading the book, I'm not like in transit. Like I'm not actually reading it. What I'm saying is I'm going to read it. But it is in my book bag, actually, by the way. So I just want to let you get, I want to lead into this podcast with some good news that I am taking some really groundbreaking steps to evolve. So I am reading, guys. I just want to kind of just recap of the kind of things I've changed about myself these last 2-3 weeks. I've been on time to this podcast, produced by Beacon Street Studios, by the way. I've been coming on time the last 3 weeks, which actually I've been told by the producer, Nicky Neighborhoods, that I actually don't have to remind him each week that I come on time. He says just come, and it just ultimately comes that. But you guys know that I can't just, I gotta flex a little bit. I gotta let people know like, hey, I came, which is, you know, it's not a great thing to do, but I don't care. So I've been coming to the podcast on time, actually sharp, by the way. So, you know, if I tell Nicky 4:45, I'm at the door texting him at 4:45. So, and then he comes like a few minutes later, lets me in. So to be quite honest with you, Nicky is actually the late one.
Well, you were 4 minutes late today.
I have really nothing to say by that. I just
You're 2 minutes late.
I was 2 minutes late. Yeah. No, the way that you said it wasn't so much that you were wrong, Nick. It reminded me of my middle school principal, Dr. Brown. He used to say that to me a lot in homeroom. Very matter of fact, on the point. Actually, Abel, you were 2 minutes. You were 2 minutes 2 minutes late. I apologize, Nick. I'm working on it. Baby steps. Been coming to the podcast late. I've been given a book to read, so I'm going to attempt to read a book, guys. So that's pretty good. Big thing that I learned actually today. Actually 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. I just found out, guys, that you need to fold your laundry. I didn't even know that it actually was like a necessity. I never fold my laundry, guys. When I wash my clothes, I just put it, after it's dried, I put it right back into the laundry bag that I brought it in. And I just put it in my drawers. I don't fold my clothes. I don't know if you guys fold your clothes after you do laundry. Isn't it even necessary? Like I'm trying to find, Nikki's going to kind of help me out with this, but I don't really think you need to fold your clothes. If that makes any sense. Like what's the point of folding your clothes?
I mean, there's a lot of benefits to folding your clothes.
Okay.
I can go down the list.
Oh, well, we're gonna definitely go down that list because I don't know how big of a list it actually really is. I don't know how many benefits can you actually come up with by folding your clothes. I'm coming from the angle of just mainly coming from the source of it being just what's the point of like washing it, drying it, and then taking out the dryer and then actually folding it individually just to be put it back into a bag to where you have to take it out the bag and put it back into the drawer anyways, where you could just put the clothes in the bag, take it out the bag and put it in the drawer. I see Nicky Neighborhood's eyes getting a little ahead of himself. Let's lean into it a little bit.
See, this is the difference between being somewhere at a certain time and being a couple minutes late. It's the principle, number one.
Okay.
Plane might be gone. Plane will be gone at 5:03. Plane's gonna be gone.
Depends on.
So there's a routine. I think that's what's for me number one. But just functionally, you fold your clothes. It reduces wrinkles. You don't want your clothes to be all fucked up and wrinkled.
Okay.
Okay. It creates more space for storage. So if you got like a lot of clothes and you just throw them in, you're not going to have enough room.
I don't believe that. Like space-wise.
I mean, mathematically, it makes sense. You fold it into something thin versus something that's all bunched up and it's going to take space.
Okay.
Does your hand fit in your pocket when it's flat, easier, or when it's bunched up like a fist?
Both.
When it's flat.
No, it both fits in fine. Because if your pockets are empty,
you're just denying geometry right now.
100%.
And physics.
I don't, because I never was good at it. Till the day I die, I don't believe physics and geometry is needed.
I could never see you working retail where you have to fold clothes.
I did retail. I used to work at Express Men.
Yeah.
In the Cambridge Side Galleria.
Yeah, I can see that.
2003, 2004.
And I was going to say the Cambridge Side Galleria. Yes.
Seasonal job, by the way.
Yeah.
So I was brought in for a reason.
Yep.
It wasn't like I was just a regular employee. I was brought in as a seasonal help. Artillery. Okay. I worked at Expressmen in the Cambridge Side Galleria. I used to fold clothes every goddamn half hour. Okay. You would use the cardboard thing, the box thing. You fold it this way, fold it that way. You line it up centered. I know about folding. What I'm saying is this really, I just think it's more about presentation. I don't really think there's an actual functionality to becoming, folding your clothes.
I mean, I just don't think you're looking at it the right way. You fold your clothes. You create space. You create enough space so that you can fit more things into your drawers.
I feel like you can fit more clothes when it's flat than it's actually folded.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Flat. Folded is flat.
But you can not fold your clothes and put your clothes flat. You know, right? You can just line them on top of each other, but just not.
So you're talking in semantics now.
Oh,
you're talking in semantics now because essentially what you're doing is making clothes flat by folding them.
Nope. No.
How no?
Because they're not folded. They're just flat. Folded is folded. You have to fold it in order to be considered fold.
Correct.
If it's flat, it's not folded. So if you just put clothes on top of each other, not folded, it's not folded.
What psychopath does that though? Are you talking about like putting the shirt down?
Yes.
And then putting another shirt down on top of it?
Yes.
Is this like Buffalo Exchange? Like how do you when did you start doing this?
I'd say 2007 after
Go ahead.
Yeah, 2007 after the album Confessions.
Oh, I knew you were going to say some R&B shit. Go ahead. After that, yeah.
I just didn't. I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe I'm coming it from like just the time consumption of part of it where, because folding clothes does take a lot of time.
It does. I agree. So what I used to do is I used to send my clothes out to the wash and fold. It was like $1 a pound or $2 a pound, whatever it was.
Now I can't even allow you to go further with that point, because now you're kind of like putting it on someone else now.
You're paying them.
All right. Now you're wasting money and time. Because now you got to pay someone to fold it, and now you got to get up and go get it.
No, they deliver it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot who I was talking to.
Yeah,
oh.
Wash and fold. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Fucking Beacon Street Studios.
What do you do? How do you have clothes right now that are presentable? Because you do. It's not like you're walking around wrinkled.
Never.
How does that happen?
Good skin and being black.
There's no.
Oh, you're talking about clothes.
I'm talking about the clothes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not your good skin and being black.
Sorry. Sorry.
How do you do your laundry?
Okay, this is how I do my laundry.
Please walk me through it step by step.
Okay. What I do is I get all my clothes that are dirty, right?
Okay, yeah.
Put them in a big laundry bag. Mm-hmm. I get laundry detergent. I go to the laundry mat.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I find the most I find what's the available washer
station, yeah.
Station. The most expensivest one, because usually it's the most biggest one.
Yep.
I put everything in it. All my clothes.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, you don't separate whites and...
I mean, I'm trying to be a universal podcast here.
I'm very segregated with my laundry.
You see what you usually do? I'm trying to unify situations.
No.
And when I see how you...
The colored clothes go in, and they go in a cooler setting.
This is what black...
And the white clothes go in hot. You throw them in hot.
This is why Black Lives Matter. Because I'm trying to move forward with stuff.
You stay with your own when it comes to the laundry. You don't mix, or else it's chaos. I sound like what's his name from Seinfeld. You don't mix, Jerry.
You don't mix at all. No, but I did get. Yeah. So basically, I put everything. I wash it. Boom. Because listen, whatever. I'm about time. You know what I mean? I don't have time to be sitting at I've done it before many years. You know what I mean? The times I haven't had a washer and dryer in the unit, which hasn't been a lot. It's only been a couple places that I've actually had a washer and dryer in the unit. But aside from that, I actually had to go to the laundromat. It was about getting up, putting the clothes in the bag, carrying it, or taking it, whatever.
I get what you're saying. So
I'm used to, so basically, like, if you have a washer and dryer in the unit, I can see why it's a little bit more... It just makes a little bit more sense. Obviously, you can separate it. Yeah, because you have the conveniency of time.
Sure.
Now, I'm coming from the conveniency of time. I don't really have it, so I gotta kind of put everything into a short amount of time.
Okay.
And that's where I'm coming from. So I probably should have leaned in with that defense.
Yeah, maybe. Now you make me look like an asshole. Yeah. I think it's one thing though. So as your life changes, as you start to make more money and become more successful,
right?
Because this is the path of thinking that we're on. How do you assess what's worth what is it? What's worth your money to get time back? And what I mean by that is like, for me, I would like to get a cleaning person to clean the house. I hate cleaning the house. My wife would think that's ridiculous because it's very easy to clean the house. You just have to do it. To me, it feels like a time suck.
Yep. Yeah,
or like some people, like I used to just get my laundry sent out because like, I hated sitting there folding.
Yeah.
What for you do you see, like, what would you pay to do that you normally wouldn't, to reduce time or to get time back?
To get time back?
To get time back, yeah.
One of them is what you mentioned earlier. As a person that cleans the apartment, I did have a person who cleaned my last apartment. She would come once a month.
Okay.
I wish it was every 2 weeks, but it was like one big clean that she would come once a month.
Yep.
And she would clean all the common areas, the bathroom, my room. You come back home, it's already done.
Done deal.
Countertops, clean.
Yep.
It's got that.
You're a big countertop guy. That's one of the first things you notice about my home.
Yes. As soon as I come in to a place, clean countertops, naked, no extra utensils on it.
Nope.
No, it has to be smooth, by the way, because I check.
Yeah.
I run my hand through everyone, like I just graze it.
It's like a car. It's like a used car that they just detailed. You're trying to make sure that there wasn't any overspray.
Yes.
You're feeling the paint.
Yeah, yeah. Usually I also do that just to check for cellulite.
on the marble. Yeah.
Just no bumps, no wrinkles, uneven edges.
Sure.
Yeah, as if I'm appraising it for a rental property.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's how I like to check my countertops. Is I like clean countertops.
Big time.
I like a very fresh scent as soon as you walk into a place. Mm-hmm. I like your lovely wife. That's the first thing I mentioned. You guys had a very nice candle that was burning in the foyer, cachet foyer in French, or Dudley Square French version.
The foyer.
The foyer. And she said it was and I asked her what scent it was, and instinctively she said Baltic Avenue.
Baltic Amber.
First of all, I think Baltic Avenue is on Monopoly.
Yeah, it is.
What the fuck did I where did I just come from?
It's like Eastern European Monopoly. Baltic Avenue.
Did I just say your scent reminded me of Monopoly game? Okay.
Baltic Avenue. Baltic Amber is what the scent was.
It was
clean.
Clean.
Not too sugary. This one was a little bit more you know how like people like to have their home smell like a cookie? I don't like that. So this is we go like fresh linen. We'll do like, that type of scent, but this is, getting into fall.
When I used to have a car,
yeah.
You know what the scent that I went with every single time that had a fresh
black ice.
I think that was. I'm not gonna.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, no, it wasn't black ice. Great guess though.
Right, that's the tree.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I. Yeah.
No, not black ice. That's a great guess though.
Because that's very like it's like a manly kind of like heavy scent.
Yeah, it sucks. Black ice absolutely stinks. It smells
headache.
Like it's too much. It's aggressive.
Yep. Okay.
It's a guy that who doesn't shower and just puts body spray on.
It's very Middle Eastern. I'm sorry to say that to my other Middle Eastern people out there, but it's where's the
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yeah,
I understand.
So
I understand. I go with the scent that I go with, Nick. Every time that I get when I used to have a car, it was called Bayside Breeze.
You're such a North Shore guy. That's such a North Shore.
Right.
Yeah. It would be either Bayside Breeze, and if you weren't near the water, further in like a pine.
Nope.
No?
My second option was Summer Linen.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So so I like to match my scents to my my sign. which is Pisces.
Okay.
You know, I like to keep things kind of evenly spirited, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay. So but every time someone came into my car, you know, when I did like Uber or Lyft, they would always like ask me about my scent. So I'm very good on scents. I think me and you one day, when I get towards Christmas, I want to kind of buy some colognes. I want to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, I want to get into like the cologne game. I think men should have a good cologne section. Not too much. No
5.
more than 4.
I'll do 5, 1 for each season, and then a curveball.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
5.
And
5 is good.
And I don't think they don't have to be. I think a man should have one expensive bottle of cologne.
Well, I think all of them should be equally, and I think we should. Well, let's kind of be specific here. There's a difference between colognes and toilettes.
I do toilette. Yeah.
Toilettes is a little bit more expensive because there's a difference, right, of the distribution of the chemicals that they're using.
I think it's an eau de toilette and then not a cologne, but they call it like actually no, you're right. There is a cologne. One is lighter, one is like more like oil, like for skin contact.
Right.
I don't think give me your top 5 of all give me your top 5 if you have them of all time. Colognes.
Oh. I mean, come on. Cool Water. Curve.
Okay, yeah.
Jupe.
Yeah, we talked.
We did this. Yeah. Okay. You know, you gotta throw in a Marnie.
Yeah. Code or Aqua de Jo?
No. Code.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
Yep. And then last but not least, coming in hot, Michael Jordan cologne.
Oh, at number one, Michael Jordan cologne.
Anyone who doesn't remember, Michael Jordan had a cologne when he used to play basketball.
Yep.
And he sold out of that cologne. I think pretty much anything that Michael Jordan put on, like his face on a
It was an imprint of a basketball and his signature.
No, it actually was his actual his actual head.
No, on the bottle.
The bottle was was it a basketball?
The bottle was a clear bottle with a black bottom, and it had an imprint of a basketball, and it said Michael Jordan.
Oh, so that's what it was. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
But so I thought it was a picture of his head.
It might have been on the box. Yeah, it
Yeah.
might have been on the box, but just like
A Michael Jordan cologne. Good. It was good.
it wasn't bad.
Wasn't good.
It wasn't bad.
I mean, it was good. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Those are kind of was like my favorites. But now as I'm older, there's some really obviously some better colognes than that.
Sure.
There's a cologne out there. I mean, Burberry always has really good.
Yeah, Brit.
It's really good. I like Burberry's smell. There's one that's how should I pronounce it? Gaultier.
Yeah. Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Gaultier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, man. I don't really know shit about men's colognes. I don't know. I know like there's the basic ones and a few designer ones. I don't know.
I think a lot of men like Creed. That's an expensive one that guys got. I've never had it. My 2 top ones, brands, is Diptyque. They make luxury candles that you'll find at like the Four Seasons or Diptyque and
first stop.
Le Labo.
Okay, let's take a step for a second because we're not gonna.
Chase hates this shit.
I hate when you just like kind of just insert these names like these very
people need to know
the way you insert these very bourgeois names of things, and I'm just gonna sit back and just Diptyque. Diptyque. That definitely sounds like someone owns like so. If someone says, "Can you get me my Diptyque cologne from my countertop, my clean countertop?" I would say this guy is a narcissist, or like someone who belongs like in an ice bath.
Yeah. Diptyque is Diptyque is when you start to not even call it cologne. It's everything's perfume.
Right.
Because in Europe, the men call it men call their cologne perfume.
Right.
And then Le Labo is another. They're French. They're two French ones.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
But that's special. That's very special occasions.
Listen, there's one guy at my job. Listen, I have to say this, okay? And you guys out there, you guys definitely know these people, right? I have a guy that works at my job with me, and there's a locker room that the men change into their uniforms. Now, if you're one of these men out there that listen to my podcast, I want you to really, really kind of listen to what I'm saying. And I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. If you stink naturally, okay, we don't need you. Take a shower.
Yeah, dude, people are fucking gross.
There is one guy at my job when he changes out of his uniform, and just to let you know, guys, he doesn't move. He doesn't have a job that moves. He stays at the desk. He's a front desk agent. There's no movement. The only times you're moving is from like maybe 3 feet to get something from the printer back to the desk. Mm-hmm. When he takes off his freaking his shoes, and it's like hair. It's like you ever smelled a hippopotamus's fucking shit? It's like he smells literally like shit. And I can't stand people who smell and act like it doesn't bother them.
What do you say in those situations? Do you say anything? I don't think you can.
That's a tough situation, Nick. I don't know, because it depends on who it is. Because I feel like if it's someone who you kind of know, you'd be like, "Hey, man, you stink. Let's get it together."
Yeah.
But if it's someone you don't know, how do you go lean into that? Have you ever been in a position like that before?
That's tough. Not where.
How do you tell someone you don't know they fucking stink? That's really what it comes down to. Because do you have the right to?
I do. I'll do this. I'll do like a closed fist, kind of over the mouth and over the nose, like I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. Or I'll kind of squint my eyes a little bit. I'll give those signals off. People need to know. People need to know if they don't smell good.
I feel like that too. But how do you do it? Especially in the climate now where everyone's sensitive now, you know?
I think if it's someone you work with,
sure,
that's tough. That's a tough situation. I'll tell you what you don't do.
What part of it is tough?
You don't,
because you're in a workplace, or because it's
no, it's a coworker. You're not friends with this person. See, here's the thing: coworkers, being a friend will to now offending someone or getting in a situation where it's like, we're not friends and this is whatever, it'll switch on a dime. So it's like, for me, if someone doesn't smell good at work, you kind of got to bite the bullet. It depends on how bad it is, but I'll tell you what you don't do. You don't do anything in front of other people, and you definitely don't like text them or message them anything. You kind of have to catch them, preferably outside.
All right. So what you're saying is that I shouldn't text them the shit emoji?
Yeah, no.
Like that's not a sign?
No, don't, absolutely do not do that.
How about if it comes from like an anonymous number?
That's actually not a bad idea.
Like if I text them from like a WhatsApp number.
That's not a bad idea.
Just like shitty shit emoji, then and just say you.
I like that.
How about bar of soap? How about if I send them an emoji of a bar of soap and the shower emoji?
I like that.
Like out the blue.
That's a great idea. That's a great fucking idea. I never even thought of that.
Right?
Where it's just like, hey, you don't know me. I see you. This is where I would get tripped up.
Yeah, you would fucked up. I'd
be like, you don't know me, but I sit next to you at work.
Oh, because you said that, they know it's you.
Yeah.
As soon as you say, "Oh, you don't know me," they'll be like, "Oh, this is a Nick text."
Yeah.
You're going to be you're going to be in the human resource department.
Yeah, for sure. No, this is like shower,
bar soap.
Bar soap
Emoji.
plus deodorant plus cologne equals smiley face.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
Not even cologne. No. That's too much. There's too many.
Right.
Shower, bar soap plus equals
Happiness?
happy face.
Happy face.
Yeah.
Guys, I just want to let you know, Cut to the Chase podcast. Cut to the Chase podcast is here for all your help. Just send us your inquiries. We will help you.
That's legitimate. No, I'm serious. That's a legitimate thing that people have to deal with.
People
We just
stink.
figured it out.
People stink. You know, you can even airdrop it to them. You don't even need their number.
Buy a burner phone just to deal with uncomfortable conversations.
How about you just on a plane just airdrop the bar soap and the shower emojis to everyone that stinks, and then if they don't respond, just send them the emoji of the yuck. Ugh. Ugh. Just a bunch of airdrops coming in.
What's the I'll hit a pause right now, but what's the shower routine like?
I mean, you asking me because like mine or just
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked.
I think it's important for people to know.
First of all, why we're 40 episodes and how come you haven't asked me this like way in the beginning?
We probably did.
Okay. Because we're big on cleanliness.
Yeah.
And smelling good. My routine for a shower. Okay, it depends. Okay, it depends. It depends on the activity that I did before the shower. If that makes sense. So if I'm like really coming in, perfect example. If I'm doing jiu-jitsu and I'm doing a workout, if I'm doing my jiu-jitsu training and if I'm coming back from jiu-jitsu, it's about a 40-minute shower.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's about a 30 to 40-minute shower. Okay. 10 minutes of it is just me in hot water, opening up my skin and the pores. Okay. By the way, I have music in the background. Okay. So there's always music playing in the background when I take a shower.
Okay.
Always. Now, if it's at nighttime, it's a little bit of the jazz vibe. It's a jazz music, uptown jazz music. That's why I like to play. Okay. In the morning, it's definitely Sade. For sure. But if it's a nighttime shower, I'm definitely playing some uptown jazz music. Okay. Funk jazz. 10 minutes as hot water, open up the pores, just kind of like letting it sink in. First, then we do a liquid soap first, like a lather of the liquid soap first. Mm-hmm. Just put in the soap on me first, rub it down, boom, then rinse. Right? That takes about 15 minutes right there. And then what I do is grab a loofah. Loofah, right? And then I take my soap, which is liquid soap only, Dove liquid soap.
Oh.
Cucumber.
Okay. All right.
Cucumber mint.
Yeah. In the loofah.
Now I do a real loofy loof. Okay? Mm-hmm. Not too hard, but just get it a little loofy.
Yeah. Activate.
Yeah. Activate the body.
Soap in the body. Yeah.
Rinse again. Boom. Hot.
2 rinses.
Okay? Rinse again. Now, take another soap. I get from Bed Bath & Beyond, there's a exfoliate scrubber.
Mitt, yeah.
Right? I take that. Now I really get into the skin.
Is this every day?
Every time. No, exfoliate once a week.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
I do twice a week. I do exfoliate twice, scrubs twice a week. This is for jiu-jitsu because jiu-jitsu, you're grappling, you're really, really rub it on people. Pause.
Yeah, pause.
So that's what I do. And then when I rinse again, okay, then I take shampoo. I wash my hair. I said that, guys. I still shampoo my scalp.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because there's still follicles there.
Interesting.
Oily. You gotta really, and plus I have a bald head. So my head's more exposed to like more bacteria out in the air and just the way the moisture. Yep.
Okay.
So I shampoo my hair.
Okay.
And I shampoo other areas.
Yeah. Your bits and your
bits and pieces.
Yeah. And then so then after that's done,
rinse
out, dry off.
Nope, not out yet. Not out yet. So after I exfoliate the scrub, I rinse, right? Now you think you're really, really clean.
Yeah.
Now I get my body serum. There's a serum.
Serum.
Yeah.
Mr. fucking clean, Mr. fucking goddamn hide and mighty.
Papaya extract serum. And I just do a nice little serum oil.
I didn't realize it was this in depth.
Oh, you didn't know that black people take care of their skin, man.
This is insane.
Now, how come when I say that, right? And then when we compare it to the folding of the clothes, you're not having the same feeling about it.
I don't know, but you know what? I think you're onto something. I think you're onto something because I gotta say, I mean, black doesn't crack.
I mean,
it's beyond a taboo to say that now. Like, it's a scientific fact.
Right.
More people should adopt this routine.
Can you ask me a question?
That's actually a good point. You still should fold your laundry, but I do think.
I thought I had one.
I do think.
I was like, shit, I got him.
No, you got to do that. I've stepped my game up a little bit. Like, I'm a big let the soap work.
You gotta let it.
Yeah.
You gotta let it simmer.
Let the soap work.
Like a fajita plate.
I don't do full body every shower.
You have to.
Some showers I'll do full body.
Why are you neglecting?
Because my skin gets dry.
No. But
the serum takes care of that.
No. The lotion that you use after you get out the shower. Cut to the chase podcast, guys. We're not playing games, son.
Sorry, I know I'm going heavy with the soundboard, but you're really hitting on some shit today.
It's not the serum. It's the lotion.
It's the lotion
that you use after you pat dry yourself. Not rub with the towel. You pat the skin. This is what we need. I need to come up with a book on this because I hate to say this.
Crazy.
I don't think a lot of other demographics of people understand what you actually have to do to have great skin.
No, my wife she's on the similar routine and her skin is great.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. You got it in you. Now I have to tell you, let me kind of close this segment of the discussion about showering and lathering and all this stuff. I told you that the key thing is about the lotion, right? Mm-hmm. Now, do you moisturize after you shower and lotion?
So I have a new thing now. I have a new thing actually this week. Yes, to answer your question. My face, I moisturize, yes. 100%.
What type of moisturizer do you use?
CeraVe.
What type of cleanser prior to moisturizer do you use?
Same. I like to go unilateral on the brands.
Okay.
I used to be Neutrogena and then some other Fakakta, whatever it is for the face. And now I just do everything as CeraVe.
Okay.
Which is a good mid-level.
Okay.
But now I have it's this emulsified soap and then a body oil soap that I put on after.
Okay.
So it does the work of the cleanser.
Okay.
And then there's some high-powered shit that my wife has in there. I'll throw under my eyes and then on my face.
Okay.
Yeah.
When was the last time have you ever went to an esthetician?
No. I never had to. I always had decent skin.
Okay.
I always had decent skin.
Yeah.
But as you get older, that changes.
Oh, well, I mean, not for me.
For some of us. For some of us, it does.
Now, I have a friend. I mean, women are the best at kind of defining and actually observing the type of skin that you have and telling you exactly which products you should use.
They are.
Right?
They are, yes.
So
correct.
Right. So what did you ever ask your wife, hey, babe, what type of skin do I have and what type of products do you think I should be using?
Yes, she helped me get on this routine because I just thought it was Neutrogena all the way. Bar soap, Neutrogena on the face.
Did you just say bar soap?
Bar soap for sure, yes.
All right.
And I still like bar soap.
Oh,
I still like a good.
No, you fucking ate. If you're going to be on this podcast,
All right.
we're switching it up.
Liquid soap. Well, we have already. Okay, we have. Historically, I'm saying historically it was a bar soap.
Okay.
All right.
What type of liquid soap do you use?
I don't know the name of it. It's some not
This is
department store stuff. It's like some you have to
some
order
good
it.
stuff.
Yeah, it's
okay.
good stuff.
It's good stuff. Okay, good stuff. All right, cool. Yeah, let's go. You know, now do you use a cloth, a washcloth?
No, I used to use a loofah, and now I just use my hands. But I should probably get on the cloth.
You need to get on the cloth.
Yeah.
You need to get a washcloth.
Yeah.
Right. You gotta get. That's what makes the skin.
This is great. Yeah, this is great, people. Seriously, if we could just play this episode up until this point on all of the MBTA lines, I think people in this city would have, I think people all over the country,
Right.
we would see an uptick in civility and a downtick in crime because everyone smells good, they're feeling good. When you smell good,
Thank you. Now we're talking.
you feel great.
You feel, oh my God, especially when you take a nice, nice fresh shower. And this is why I feel like showers can actually start your your spirit, your spirit of your day. If it's not rushed. I think the best way that you have how your day is going to turn out is based on the time that you take in the shower.
Yes, agreed.
Rushed showers don't usually set you up for a good day.
I want to pose this to you, though, because with different skin types, it's important. I can't believe we're going this deep on showers. It's great. You shouldn't for me, I don't take more than a 10-minute shower. Don't take more than a 10-minute shower. Dries out my skin.
The water
Hurts your pores. If it's scalding hot and you're in there for 20 minutes, 30 minutes at a time, that's what creates the wrinkles and the pores that are tired.
That's an old.
I'm just saying.
That's an old thing.
For some people, it does.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. All right. Well, listen. Don't take. Well, I'm just saying I take a little bit longer showers because of when I actively train a lot more. A basic shower, a shower if I'm getting ready for work should be no more than probably about, for a man, I would say no more than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
15, maybe 20 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm there with you.
Right. Now, what I do, just to kind of quickly go back to my regiment. Now, if I'm doing a full thing, I have to put cleanser on my face first. I let it sit for 5 minutes before I get into the shower, but I let the shower run for 5 minutes hot to create steam.
This is crazy. It's great. I think it's great.
You understand? Because I'm creating,
do we need a spa in the studio?
I thought you already ordered it.
Could we get some sort of, I think we should incorporate like a sauna or like a wash station for people when they come in.
Well, I think we do first. I think we should also get like something like a little waterfall type thing.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, and something like a little mist, and then every probably 20 minutes it just goes.
Oh yeah.
You need the sound of like the freshener.
Love that.
And then it creates that feng shui.
Love that.
Okay, guys. Basically, the moral of this fucking segment of cleaning your just be clean. Wash your ass.
Yeah.
All the areas. If you're going on a date, wash.
Just wash up.
Wash up.
Yeah.
Just wash up and be clean. There's a lot of dirty people now. A lot more than before.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I don't know why.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like the shabby chic look. Actually, I like the look of like grungy that everyone's doing now. It's like this like grungy, hairy armpit like weird thing.
Oh, don't you even start with the hairy armpits.
Clean it up.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, and if I may, Nick. Okay,
it's your show.
I'm all about people being independent, doing what you want to do, I'm all for it. Cut to the chase is all for that. But there's some things I have no room for. That is hairy armpits and hairy legs on both genders.
It's not your vibe. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I don't even like hairy men.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Nicky. Ugh.
Everywhere. Covered.
Nair it.
I'm getting to that point. I'm working out. My body's changing. I'm starting to get back in shape.
Yeah.
And I'm like, should I get rid of the chest? The chest hair I might keep, but everything else I might try a little.
I used to nair my body.
Okay. All right. Well.
When I was in college, I bodybuilt for a little bit. And
okay.
When I used to
I'm sorry.
Why?
You know, because you couldn't have said, because this is what I love about you, but it's also sometimes really funny because you worked out hard. You had a moment in time where you really hit the gym hard.
Right, I'm wrong.
But you said you were a bodybuilder.
I shouldn't. It's not the same, right? It's not the same, right?
No.
All these years I've been saying it though.
Because it sounds better.
Right.
What sounds better? I worked out today and it was really good, or I had a great training session.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I like that though. Stick with that. So you were a bodybuilder. You bodybuilt.
I bodybuilded
for a little. You built a body.
1999 to 2002.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Winstrel?
No. Just loneliness. And the gym was open. I had the keys. just a lot of loneliness and just, you know. But anyways, there was a time where I was working out really, really hard. I was kind of in that bodybuilding phase, and I naired because it just made everything just kind of smooth and everything. Yeah. And actually, two of my friends were actually real legitimate, like, you know, bodybuilders, and you know, they kind of introduced me to it, and I was just like, oh yeah, I'll try it. I naired smooth, very smooth.
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, nair it. Yeah. I don't know if women. That's the thing with women. I've always, like, women
My
are very.
wife doesn't like that though.
I don't know, but there are women who do like that.
Yeah,
like the body will like women the women into that field. They have boyfriends that are bodybuilders and they do it. You know,
it's interesting.
We're interested.
It's very interesting because yeah, you're right. I do see guys in there, kids in there. They look like kids, and they have no hair on their body.
Right.
Yeah, some women find that attractive, but also, I've heard.
I found most don't though.
Most
from my
don't.
experience, most women don't.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to be like laying up with a guy who like kind of
feels like a child.
Well, I think it's real. I don't think no woman really wants to stand or lie next to a man who's more smoother than them.
Yeah.
Right?
Interesting.
It kind of creates something in their brain like, why is he smooth? He shouldn't be smooth. He should be a man.
Gruff.
He should.
Yeah, gruff.
Rigid.
I'm not nairing shit. I'm going this winter. I'm going classic Sean Connery hair.
Should go down with like
burly.
Yeah, it should be no more than like a 2 length, 2.5 length.
Oh yeah. I'm going. Yeah, I want to talk about that too. Beards are getting out of control. I think we've gone past the point where beards are now out of fucking control.
There's a lot of women like beards.
I understand.
A lot of women like beards, man.
I want to shave because everybody I know has a beard.
Okay.
Every guy I see on the street,
right.
You know.
Yeah.
It's like the Joe Rogan podcast crew. It's like a beard, some sort of like a whiskey or rifle coffee T-shirt.
Okay.
You know, and an aggressive demeanor.
I like beards that are very well kept.
Yeah.
Right?
Trimmed up.
Like a Rick Ross beard. You know
that I respect. I respect that. It looks better on black dudes. It just looks better.
I mean,
you ever see a white dude with a Rick Ross beard?
The only beards that I respect that are really like that are guys like Rick Rubin. You know, like ZZ Top beards.
Yeah.
You know, beards that are like guys that are like, yeah, I'm committed to this.
But see, here's the thing, Rick Rubin. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm seeing guys. that work at DHL with that beard, and I'm like,
Yeah.
trim it up.
You want a little trimmy trim?
Trim it up.
Okay.
Rick Rubin can do that. You know, he can do that. He's a legend. He has something that we don't have when it comes to music.
But you don't want the guy from DoorDash that delivers your croissant to have a beard more groomed than you.
No. Right?
Elitism, it works.
I mean, I know that's the opposite.
Yeah.
I want the beard to be trimmed up.
I was thinking about shaving myself, but I look weird. I kind of look weird. I look really young.
I feel the same.
I look really like.
Yeah.
Just full disclosure, Nick. I'm really, really handsome. And
Okay. All right.
and I've been
You should be after the fucking 1.5 hour showers you take every day. The grooming sessions.
I take a lot longer in hotels because I waste all their water.
Of course. Yeah. And you use all the towels.
Oh yeah.
Every towel.
Before my I guess what's the thing like you have before you check in? It's like the itinerary for somebody or
your special request.
My special request. I only have 2 more towels.
Yeah, and bathrobes.
In the bath. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just more towels in the thing.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I want. Because I take when I stay at a hotel, when I'm away and I stay at a hotel, I take at least 2-3 showers a day. Not because like I really need it, but because I want to get my value worth of everything. Mm-hmm. I want to make sure like every drop of everything that I use in that hotel is being used. Water, all the soaps, everything.
Yeah.
I even leave the TV on when I leave with music. I even want to waste electricity.
You're the reason why these hotels now have the key activated lights where you can't turn the lights on unless you have your key in the door. On the inside, have you ever
keyless
stayed on?
entry?
Yeah.
You know why?
We're going green here at the one hotel.
I had fun the other night. I went to Joy Coy.
You went to Joe Coy.
I went to Joe Coy. I saw Joe Coy at the Wang
Joe Coy
Box
or
Center.
Joy Coy?
Joy Coy.
It's Joy Coy?
Joy Coy. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought
Joy
it was
Coy. JOYKOY.
Joy Coy.
Joy Coy.
Okay.
Sure.
Good to know.
Yeah. Shout out to Joy Coy.
Super successful international comedian. Like
Huge.
Up there with like Sebastian and
Huge.
Gaffigan and all those guys.
I think he's bigger than Sebastian because he's globally.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
globally known.
Yeah.
Sebastian doesn't really have like that global reach as much as like Joe Coy. I mean, Sebastian's still obviously super successful, but Joe Coy is like international. Has like he taps into an international like, like Kevin Hart. There's only a few comedians that he's like Russell Peters.
Yeah. Great comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how was the show?
Show was good. He had one opener. He did about, I think, like 25 minutes. 25. He did about 25 minutes, half hour. I'll say 25 minutes. I don't think he did more than 25 minutes. And then he had a DJ on stage, which is cool. He didn't really use a DJ. It was more of just kind of like for aesthetics for people coming in, play music as people coming in.
I like that.
And when they got introduced, he played the music. And then there was also a great segment at the end where he used them to play music for a little part of his bit about he was comparing like music now versus back in the days, which I always love those comparisons.
I like when comedians do that when they kind of think outside the box. It's not. I don't think it's hack when you use like a little like a visual or you know what I'm saying, like where to illustrate a point. Joe
Coy's shows are experiences. So he did a lot of crowd work. Like,
oh, he did?
Yeah. Did a lot of crowd work.
Theater show?
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking 2,000 seats. Yeah.
That would a beast.
Just boom, talking to the crowd, making it like a thing, running with it. He was having a real experience like with the audience. Like, he creates like a show, like an experience with the show.
Expensive ticket?
I mean, I don't.
Oh, you didn't pay?
I mean.
People there, yeah. Pulled the, yeah.
Okay.
This is the one thing I actually don't rag on you for.
Which is what?
Which is your ability to be piped into things and get just, you just end up in these rooms. You end up in things. Yeah. I don't want to say that you don't have any business being there, but like you'll figure out where it's like a $30 ticket. You'll be like, no.
Well, that's the
Let's
thing.
just go through here.
Yeah, I love when people kind of think like that, where they think like I don't belong there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Not belong. I don't mean it that way, but I mean just kind of like, you don't assume. I wouldn't assume like, oh, Chase is in this VIP room, or like, because you don't really give off like a very aside from saying that you're very handsome and going through your full routine as if you were a sultan. You don't give off a very pretentious vibe at all,
right?
You know, and those guys are usually just like always telling people,
we got
hooked up, I got this, I was on the floor, I was doing that, you know.
No.
So that's got to cost him money. Like that's how you know he's at a great point in his career where he's bringing a DJ with him to do all of his shows.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. He's I mean, I don't. Yeah, Joe Coy he's been around for a long time. He's been around since the 80s, late 80s. He was like a real grinder, man. A lot of people told him no. He just kept on going, built his brand. He's got a huge Filipino following.
Sure.
Listen, there's two most famous people in the world right now that are Filipino entertainers, Manny Pacquiao and Joe Coy. Period. Like, I'm sure there's others, but like, it's like, there's a real thing. If you are an entertainer and you can gravitate towards your culture of people, they will support you. Like, it's crazy.
It's nuts. And you're good.
And he's good.
Like he's tremendous. He's a great comic.
Yeah.
But it's good to see that. I like seeing that cultural kind of support.
Yeah. Actually, my friend got me tickets, so we went, and it was a good experience.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, we had a good time, real good time. And then we left, and I went to a bar called Nashville in downtown Boston.
I don't like the sound of it already.
It's always interesting when bars in Boston wants to change their names, and then it's like then the idea of saying to ourselves, let's create a Nashville, Tennessee bar in a very old 400-year-old city filled with like non-people from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah. So
it was interesting. But shout out to my boy at the front door. He let us in for free because, you know what I'm saying, we get that hookups, B. You already know.
Oh, was this where Abbey Lane was?
Correct.
Yeah, that's
right across the street.
That's a good space, but nothing ever can stay there.
Great space. Yeah.
That makes sense that they would turn that into a Nashville bar, though.
Yeah. So, and then we left. Yeah, and then we left, and that's it. But I went to the Joe Coy show. I would like to go to more shows, man. I'm trying to go to more shows if I can put them in. What did you do this weekend? What the hell did you do?
Bought some shit for the office.
Okay. All right.
Wrote a little more.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's it, man.
All right. Great life. Love it.
Worked out, pretty solid.
Mm-hmm. You've been working. I didn't want to stop you, but you've been saying you've been working out a lot more lately, and I haven't like dwelled into it a little bit more. So what's going on? Are you back on some like, hey man, I need to get you're on your buff shit?
I'm on like focused, very.
What's your goals?
Well, so I'm doing a 90-day body transformation.
Oh, here we go.
No, I'm doing a 90-day body transformation to get my body. Well, hear me out. To get my body, I don't believe in like diets or fads anymore. But I need to do something to shock my system to get me in a position where I can see some serious transformation of my body. I need to see it, and I'm willing to put the work in.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
So I'm doing that 90 days. So that'll take me to like January, February. And then I just want to maintain kind of a nice, like, even keel workout lifestyle. Because my diet, I've been doing shit. So I'm going to basically for the last month and a half, I've been doing workouts, light workouts, cardio, things like that. The last 2 weeks have been heavy with lifting. Mm-hmm. And I just feel better, and I feel more motivated to do things. I'm going to get this fucking studio finished finally.
Word.
And I'm going to start going to mics and start like actually getting some traction on things.
I'm glad you kind of like, I'm glad like we kind of like are talking about this part towards the end of the episode, because like I had a conversation with my mom the other day, which is weird because like, you know, she's getting older and I want her to start really like focusing on her health, which is, I don't know what it is, Nick, but something about our parents and our generation before them, they love and will always tell us to do shit, but they never do it on their own.
Yeah.
And I have a really hard kind of understanding with that, because my mom, ever since I was, is like, you know, mom's always going to be a mom. Mm-hmm. They're always going to tell you what you should do. I get it. Right. But I really had one of these conversations with my mom. I was like, Mom, this is okay. You have to really like look at what I'm saying. Right. You have, I kind of told my mom, I was like, listen, you don't have that much time. Right. Like I had to say it, but I told her, I think sometimes with people, in order to get them really into a state of like, oh, I got to fucking do something, you need to present something for them to say, oh, I have no other choice. Mm-hmm. So you have to say it in a manner that gets them like, oh shit, right?
Yeah. Fear
tactic, right? In this particular situation, I think it works. So I told her, like, Mom, you don't have that much time left, to be honest with you. I want you to live I would wish you could live for the rest of your life, but that's not reality. Okay. And we don't know when we're going to leave. Right now, you need to really focus on creating a schedule that fits what you can do, and start working out. I'm not talking about you just paying for a gym and walking on the treadmill. You need to go to a nutritionist. You need to go to you have to find a trainer that is compatible for your goals, and to really start doing this. And it's like, she really woke up, because I'm like, yeah, like,
that's great that she listened to you.
My mom never listens to me. Never. No, she won't listen to me. No.
That's fun, but it's true. I have the same thing with my mom, where it's kind of like in one ear, out the other. And she's like, I do move. I'm like, going about your day.
That's what they think.
Cleaning and doing all this stuff. That is not healthy movement. That is not something where you can, because when you're working out, you're focused on hitting a milestone, I'm doing 30 minutes of cardio, and I'm going to do this for a week. And then next week, I'm doing 35 minutes of cardio. And at the end of it, your body just feels like it's more of a controlled thing.
It doesn't take yet long for your body to adapt to something that you're doing good to it.
No.
It doesn't take that long.
If you're old, there's things that you can do. It's mainly grip strength, core strength stuff,
push
squatting
and pull.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
getting up and down from a chair. Like that is when you're at a certain age, after like 55, 60 years old, that's what you work on. And I think it just makes you feel more fulfilled. I had the same conversation with my mom, where it's just like, you'll feel so much better if you just do these things. Like, I know you feel fine now, but like, why wouldn't you want to feel better? Why wouldn't you just want to feel better than just, it is what it is.
Well, I think, that type of mentality ties into like a lot of mentalities with people, where just being complacent is enough, because working out is not an easy thing to do. It's a hard mentality to have, right? It's discipline is involved in it. That there's a lot of variables: discipline, accountability, consistency, and goals, right?
I think that generation of people. How old are your parents, if you don't mind me asking?
They are in
over 60.
Well, this is the thing. It's interesting because I think African years.
Yeah, that's important to just delineate between. It is.
African year. So they're in their 60s.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that generation thinks that working hard is like the same as working. You know what I mean? Like, because you would eat food, like back then is like you would eat fresh food, vegetables and meats that didn't have processed shit in it. You would go to work and you would just live their life. Like you would be doing that, and you would be fit.
Sure.
But now it's a completely different time. Like
It's a different
it's
time,
not
brother.
then. You have all these older people have phones in their hands. And they're not doing the things that they used to. They don't even realize. I don't think my mom realizes, like, you're not even doing the things that you used to do because you lived in the city.
My thing is this, right? I had to get a rude awakening, right? Because, like, you have to, like, just do the bare. You got to do the basics first, you know. But so many people want the instant, like, overnight success of. I worked out 3 times this week. I should already lose 10 pounds.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, you could lose 10 pounds in a week, but have you created the tools necessary to keep the 10 pounds off?
Yeah.
And that's the next level of, like, you know, the next thing. But, and the reason why I'm so kind of passionate about health now so much, I mean, because I'd gone away from it for so many years, but I'm so happy now that I was able to go back to it, and it kind of, now it's back. It's came back to my normal life now. It's part of my normal routine now. And I feel, and dude, I don't even know what I would do if I didn't work out. Like, you know, first of all, I wouldn't be looking as more handsome that I do now. That's number one.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Nice. I'll tell you right now, you wouldn't be as energetic and upbeat.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, Nick. I'm going to be honest with you. When I was bigger, I didn't feel like, it definitely took, I didn't feel as confident, you know. Feel like I'm an actually confident person, but there was, like, things that I was just like, yeah, man, I'm not even thinking things like the way I was thinking. It was all, I wasn't, like, even really thinking clearly, because the types of food I was eating. Once I started changing my food, you know, I was getting up quicker, you know, I was moving a lot, you know, a lot more swifty is the word. Swiftly. I guess I got to read that book. I got to get back to reading that book.
You just feel better, dude. You have a better outlook on things. You show up to things. You're fucking, like, responsive. When you're fucking not feeling well and you're sedentary, you don't do any of that. You're just like, what does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
Who gives a fuck?
There's so many people that I see now that I'm like, wow, man, they just gave up.
They gave up, but then they embrace this, like, fucking lifestyle with everybody else that does that too, where it's like, not to say that you can't go out and drink during the weeks if you want, but, like, I don't know, I see, like, dudes when we go out. Remember we went to that show a while back at that bar in Somerville. Good show, by the way.
Oh,
decent show.
Scholars?
Yeah. No, the Thirsty Scholar.
Thirsty Scholars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
who does that show? Is it Alex
Breen?
Breen?
Yeah, Breen. Yeah.
He's a nice dude.
Yeah.
But, like, you know,
very nice.
It's just, you see some people sitting at the bar where it's like, you don't look happy. You're drinking a lot. Like, you're really drinking a lot. And I think I'm noticing this because I'm drinking way less now. I hardly ever drink anymore.
Let me tell you something, Nick. Let me tell you something. When you, like, don't drink as much as, like, other people do, your observation is like more heightened because you're clear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been around alcohol my whole life. I mean, I come from a culture like where it's like there's parties, it's all night.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Heineken's, Mace, Suwa, you know, fucking African drinks where we're like, listen.
Gasoline.
Real, like, where we make it from scratch.
Yeah.
I'm talking about barley.
Make your own alcohol.
We make our own alcohol. You think there's the FDA in Eritrea? You think the FDA has any, like...
No, I don't.
There's no FDA in Africa.
That's the name of this. That's the name of this episode.
Yeah. More kangaroo juice, Abel? Sure.
There's no FDA in Africa.
So we're, so we know, you know what I'm saying? So, but once you start, like, kind of everything is all based on consumption, so I would see so many people get hammered and drinking and all the, we've talked about this before. I don't want to get into it too much, but, like, with my relationship with alcohol is not a good one because I've seen so many people that I've all throughout my life that depending on the amount of consumption of alcohol that they were choosing to do, it never came out good. There's never been a good alcoholic.
No. Yeah, no.
There's never been you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just...
It's not...
I've seen this in my wife. If it wasn't for I can't even say. If it wasn't for natural wine, which I've been drinking a lot of lately, I don't think I would drink anything.
Wine's not bad. Wine's pretty good.
I'll do 1 to like 2, you know,
a week,
over dinner.
Or like over dinner.
Yeah, an hour.
An hour.
And then I'll do like a bottle. We'll do like a couple bottles if we're having a good time. But yeah, man, it's some.
Yeah, wine's different. I feel like wine's a very classy drink.
Yeah.
You know, if you drink it every night, that's a whole different story. But you know, wine's a drink that you can kind of get by.
Yeah.
If you drink a lot of it.
Yeah.
You'll
be fine.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll 1 glass a night won't kill you. It'll actually probably be good for you.
My mom used to have a glass of red wine before she went to bed.
Yeah.
The big, you know, the sangria looking red wine.
I know exactly. Was it Sutter Home?
Oh, it was
Did it have like a
glass,
yeah,
little loop on like candle, you know.
Oh, was it the Rossi one?
It was a Rossi.
Yeah,
one.
table wine.
The big one.
Yeah, that's what my grandfather used to drink
every night.
My grandfather used to drink that shit, and we would try and buy him nice wine, like, you know, like more expensive wine, because that's a table wine. It's like you have it with dinner,
right?
It doesn't, you know.
Well, my boys, when I used to party with my boys, we used to call it. My boy Steve at the time, he would go to a liquor store and he always buy but we wouldn't call it Rossi wine. My crew called it Jesus juice.
I can already tell
Steve,
Steve's a loose cannon. I can already tell Steve's a loose cannon.
Oh, Steve is a loose cannon, dog. My boy. Well, he's not my boy anymore, but we've had let's say we had a love-hate relationship.
White Mitsubishi Galant. Was that his car?
Nissan 2-door Z Coupe.
Yeah, of course.
Orange.
Yeah.
Paid for by his father, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
I know Steve. I don't know Steve, but I know Steve.
Yeah. Yeah. Steve low key. I mean, I like Steve, but he was he was a moocher. But always got the same bottle of wine, the Jesus juice. Yeah. Got a Jesus juice, the big bottle, but he would take it with him after.
Yeah.
Like he was one of those guys.
Oh yeah,
He brought it like for him, but mirrored it as if it's for everyone.
Yeah.
But then when it's like half full, he noticed like he could take it with him.
Yeah.
He always took it with him. He never left it.
Well, was that in college?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
even after
that's
college.
The move in college.
But even after college, right?
Yeah. No, I leave it.
Yeah.
I was a big brandy guy. E&J. E&J was my jam. I'd do a big bottle of E&J.
You know what? Sometimes
thoughts.
There's a lot of thoughts. One of the thoughts that I feel like I'm going to say this respectively, Nick. When you just told me you just drank E&J brandy, the only thing that I feel like you need to know right now is this: you need to come back home. Yeah. Like. You know what type of home I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
You need to come back home.
A lot of moisturizing.
There's a lot of black.
There's Palo Santo burning or something to ward off the spirits.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
not in a quirky way, just like this is what we do.
You just kind of have this connection to the black experience that hovers, you know, E&J brandy. I've never heard like someone just say it straight up as if like, you know, you were proud of how you said it too.
Because I didn't realize that. I just was like, this just tastes good to me. And I was hanging around a couple of my friends who were black, and they were like,
I like how you threw that in there.
Well, because there is a distinction. Because like all of my white friends were like, "What the fuck are you?" It just looks like whiskey. You're probably just drinking some cheap whiskey. But my black friends were like, "That's what like the winos. That's what like old wily veteran drinkers,
loose cannons
sit on the stoop.
They drink that
and clean their guns and drink.
That's what they do.
Drink E&J outside.
Yeah." People who drink
E&J is an outdoor drink.
It's an outdoor drink. E&J, it's an outdoor drink. Yeah. You're bringing that to a barbecue. Like you got to have an E&J drink. Did you chase it with something? Did you drink it straight?
Yeah. No, I would chase it. Well, every once in a while, you know, you'd get a little, you'd drink a little. Everyone would take shots of things, but no, I would chase it with like.
Or mixed it. Was it a mix with?
I would mix it with like ginger ale or like Diet Coke. I would do like probably a Diet Coke.
Oh, you were one of those.
Yeah.
So you're a brown guy or a white guy? I'm talking about drinks. By the way.
I was a brown guy up until like, I don't know, like 10 years ago.
Okay.
So like all through college.
Brown liquor.
I mean, everything, but mainly, yeah, that. And then I would say, like, in my early 20s when I started going out, heavy vodka. That's when I made the switch to vodka, then tequila, and now wine.
And now wine.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've kind of graduated.
Well, the whole spectrum. I've been up and down the spectrum, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but that was my first, that's my steady Eddie go-to drink. And I would get it at Liquor World over by, you already know, over by Porter Square.
Porter Square.
Yeah. That little area, park the car, wait, give Zach the money. He goes in, gets it. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Well, I don't even know. I'm not a big alcohol person, but just because you just talked about E&J brandy, I think I'm gonna go buy a nip of it or like a small of it. Do a
little. Well, you know.
Yeah.
Nostalgia era.
Do you think it'd be cool if I started merch, right? That sold those like liquor containers, like those like ones you just like the pocket ones that you just drink.
Like flasks.
Flasks.
I mean, I think you got to think of your demographic.
Yeah, I don't want alcohol. I don't want alcoholism to be like produced by.
Have you ever used a flask? By the way.
Me?
I've never used a flask.
Never. I think people who are either who just came back home from the military should drink those, or if you're homeless.
Yes.
I don't think there's any what reasoning would you carry a flask with you?
No one uses flasks. No normal fucking person would use a flask. It's just insane.
What would happen right now? We went out and some person that was with us just like pulled out a flask and started drinking. What would you think in that moment that they are?
An alcoholic.
Right?
Well, or like.
How if it had their brand name? Like it was like
that's what I'm saying. It might be a little different. Now that might be a little different. And I'll be like, okay, what does your family do? What is that? Is that handed down? Is that your great grandfather's flask? In which case,
right.
I'm asking some more questions. I'm fact finding.
Right. Are you related to Robert E. Lee?
Yeah. Why should Chase and I, more specifically Chase, be nervous that this is a racist flask?
Right. Or you might have some other ideologies that we have to worry about here.
Or like their dad was like a doctor, or, you know, like, because I feel like those like old timey bankers and doctors would have a little flask to get a little nip. I got a coworker that is racist flask.
I got to, you know what he does? He carries a briefcase, aluminum briefcase, instead of backpack. That's how class. What do you think about that?
Well, so
should we bring back
my
the
stepdad
briefcase?
had that. My stepdad had the aluminum briefcase with the clicks,
yes.
And it was like you would knock on it, and it was
hard. What do you think? Should we bring back the briefcase look, the classy look of the briefcase man?
You got to be a serious guy. My stepdad was a serious guy, and he carried that to keep the things in his briefcase secure. Right. I don't think that you can be a recent Northeastern grad and carrying around an aluminum briefcase. I think that's a little hacky. I think you look a little silly. Get a messenger bag. For that gap year. I was thinking about this for my new job, for my new day job.
Well, let's take a step back and let's see what's going on there. Let's talk about that. Nicky Neighborhoods, guys. Seems like he's back into the workplace. I think you did take an offer on a job, right? And what is the deal with it?
We don't talk, as you know, we don't talk about jobs on this.
We don't
on this podcast. So I appreciate you setting me up.
Except me after me shitting on mine. Yeah.
Well, you got a day job. You got a great day job, and hopefully you can. With your day job, you can do things at night and you can pursue things and save some money and put yourself in a good position. So that's my plan. Now, this day job.
You feel relieved that you got now?
Yeah, I feel relieved. I'm glad. I'm back. You know, going to be making money soon, which will be nice.
Nice too.
Dressing nice. I have to go into the office a little bit more for this job, which is nice.
Did you feel like trapped? Well, you had a remote job anyways, right? It was
Yeah, I know it was hybrid. And this is hybrid as well, so I get to do that as well. So I never really feel trapped per se.
All right.
But yeah, I mean it's a day job.
All right.
That's the thing.
Listen, yeah, I get what you're saying.
But I think people need to just accept I have a great day job. Like this, the one before was great. The one now that I'm going into, I hope and it seems like is gonna be awesome. And what does that mean? It means, yeah, I don't get to fucking, make TikToks and smoke weed and do all this stuff during the day or like whatever like most people want to do. It's like it's great that you want to do that, but sometimes you just have to get a job and make money.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't ask you to. I clearly don't smoke weed or make TikTok, so I don't know where that came from, but yeah. I mean, you're getting, that was
so it's going well.
It's going well.
Now my thing is do I get the messenger? I don't like the messenger bag. Cuz I have things if I travel into the office,
you're getting like a little like what messenger bag for the briefcase. Job. Oh, the job. Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, messenger bag. What is he talking about?
No. Do I get a briefcase? Do I get a messenger bag? What do you
I think you should just get a regular backpack.
Oh, backpack.
Yeah, go classic backpack.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, classic backpack, but a really nice one. Like a really nice backpack.
Oh.
Not a Jansport. Not
like a leather. MGM.
Well, I'm thinking more of a leather that was made by Ethiopians. Like,
Is there a brand out there that makes Ethiopian bags?
Yes, actually there is, by the way. There is a brand out there that I found. They're called Parkley. Parkley.
We don't have to. Well, we're not sponsored by them, but we're trying to.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out here. No, there's a No, back to your point though. I think you should get a backpack, classic backpack, but a really nice one. But like a couple $100, something that's really, really good. I think we got to bring back the briefcase look and we got to bring back the backpack look, Mm-hmm. I'll be honest with you. I think overall in totality, we should just bring back the basic things that were back from the days that you can still utilize now today. Mm-hmm. Briefcase, a backpack, simple things. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then, because I don't think you need a lot of stuff. I mean, it's like, where are you going to go? How much things you really need, right?
What do you like? I have like a toothbrush. I bring a toothbrush into work in case I need to, brush after I eat something, and then I'll do like a water thing, and then, and then like I don't know. That's it. Like, and then like little things that I might need in a deodorant or whatever that I might need to keep in the office.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
And we'll kind of.
Glad you're asking, by the way, because that was.
Yeah. I'll ask you a question because I've been thinking about this. What do you think about Kanye West recently? Because Kanye, who was always in the news, right? He's always been in the news. People say he's kind of a media genius. He kind of do these things on purpose to create relevance. Is it working? I mean, there's no, without a shadow of a doubt, it is, because we always seem to talk about Ye, right? But recently he was on a podcast. We're just kind of looking at this, and he apologized. He was on Drink Champs.
I haven't finished watching that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I watched like the first third of that. Yeah. Yeah.
So Drink Champs is with Noriega and DJFN, right? And he was on. I guess he was on the podcast, and he. This is interesting because he was on a previous podcast. I think it's the Barbershop podcast, and which was done by LeBron James's friend, where they're in a barbershop and they sit.
The barbershop. Was he on that? I don't think he was on.
Well, he was on it, but they cut it. They didn't release it because, according to them, they thought he was saying like kind of anti-Semitic things. It was easily, I guess, described as hate speech, right? Yeah. So they didn't want to release it. Now he goes on a podcast recently, within the last few days. He was on the Drink Camps podcast. I think it was an extended version or part 3. and he said some things. Well, just right now, Noriega, who's the host of the Drink Champ podcast, apologizes to George Floyd's family following Kanye West Drink Champ's interview, saying he was disgusted with Ye's comments. Okay, Kanye said that George Floyd died because he had too much fentanyl in his body, and when the officer kneeled on his neck, he said it didn't seem like he was kneeling on it that hard. That's what Kanye West said. Okay. And he also said some things about Jewish people. He said the Jewish media blocked him out. And he also calls out Meek Mill and P. Diddy. And yeah. So I don't know like exactly, because I didn't listen to the episode. However, these are the things that are happening with him. My question to you is this. With a guy like Kanye West that we followed for many years, right? And we're seeing this trend with him. In your opinion, what do you think ultimately, where do you think this guy is going to end up?
I think it's gotten to a point now where as a person, he just seems like he's in a very sad place. And I think it has to do with his kids. I think it has to do with his relationship. And it's somehow conflated with his genius in music and fashion and being being a public icon, if that makes any sense.
No, it does make sense. I will just say simply this about Kanye West. I appreciate your opinion on that. I only going to say this in regards to Kanye. I just want Kanye to stop making those shitty ass pajama clothes that you're selling for $1,000.
Thank you. I was trying to go deep with it, but yeah, you're right.
That's all I want.
Just make some music. We just want some, whatever it is. We don't even need old Kanye. We don't need you to sample things. Make some new shit.
Just stop making shitty pajamas for $1,087,000.
It's wild.
Okay? And stop making slippers that look like shipping containers with holes in them. It just was interesting. I mean, he's been in the news a lot. He's always been in the news, but you know, it's always interesting with Kanye, where it's like there's always something else. You know, like there's always something else with Kanye. Like if it's not something with his kids, it's like something with Kim Kardashian. If it's not something with Kim Kardashian, it's something with his like, you know, clothing line. If it's not something with his clothing line, it's with like Adidas, you know, cutting ties with him or whatever. It's like, it's always something with Ye. Always something with Ye. Always something with Ye. My point is this. Listen, Kanye, he's going to continue to say what he wants to say. But like you said, why give him the platform? It's like, why feed into it too much? This is the problem with media. The media knows this. The media knows, like, okay, when people say certain things, right, they know how much attention they want to bring to it. If you only give it a certain amount of attention, you just go away, then people are not going to not really give a fuck.
That's the thing.
Because people keep saying like, oh yeah, Kanye's this, Kanye's that. Oh, we don't care. In actuality, like, we're giving him the light for him to continue to go down that tunnel. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be like, all right, Kanye wants to come on your podcast. All right, cool. He's going to say what he's going to say, right? It's going to get more interesting as the world continues to get more and more crazy with these type of, platforms, you know, and the way media is now, or considered media, because media now is considered totally different now. It's like not even, it's just like media. When we think about media in the 80s and 90s, old media. Now this is new media, right? Everyone's a fucking journalist.
Yep.
Everyone could put up a clip, could do what you're doing, get a microphone, hook up a mixer, laptop, put a video on it, and now you're a professional because you do a podcast every week about fucking dandelions.
Fire.
Sorry, I didn't mean to look.
No, I think what you mean, like
everyone's not a professional. You to like really beautiful flowers.
Everyone's not a professional. That's the problem.
Right.
So I don't know.
Just be cool, be genuine. You know, don't be a dick. Don't be racist. And then I think
don't be a dick. Don't be racist.
That's just, I mean, what else do you really need to really like?
That's good advice. That's good advice. If you don't know, just ask, or look it up.
Just look it up.
You just look it up.
Just look it up. I think that'll be. I think it's gonna be. That's gonna be the subject of the episode topic. There, the category, whatever the fuck I'm saying. I don't know. I think we did like 2 hours. What do we do?
We're gonna clip the last 45 minutes.
Yeah,
let's
not just let's figure.
We're not releasing any of that stuff about Kanye West or the Jewish media conglomerates.
Yeah, I think we're gonna just. I think we did a test run of. And I think we're gonna stay in our lane. We got our own lane. I think Kanye relevance is not really.
Okay, that's where we're ending it.
Right. Mazel tov to all my peoples. What's popping to all my peoples? Tranquila to all my Latino peoples. All right, Chase, cut to the Chase podcast. Let's get the fuck out of here.
At Chase Abel, follow him on all Instagram. At Chase Abel _comedian on TikTok. How's TikTok going for you? Quickly,
I haven't posted since.
Go follow him.
Yes,
for Christ's sake.
Please do something.
At Nicky Neighborhoods.
Guys, thank you for this particular episode. It was a little long one, but I figured we kind of stretch it out, give you something to listen to. Listen to 2 parts, listen to 3 parts. Just honestly, just listen to the goddamn thing. That's all I really wish that you guys do. Subscribe, like, share everything if you can. If you like, please tell a friend, Yeah, we'll be back with another episode. Thank you guys for listening. We're out from Peking Street Studios. Peace.